Hi guys, this is skittflash here, and welcome back to Let's Play The World Ends With You. Now, in the last part, we beat the game, but we're not quite done yet. No, not quite at all. We cleared the game, and we got the sticker for it, and we get the congratulations, and the tale is now to enclose. Yes, there isn't really quite going to be any more story, per se, but we can still do a bunch of stuff, and now we can fast forward through cutscenes, thank God, what we've always wanted. And now we can go through secret reports. This is the main thing we're going to get. They actually flesh out on the backstory. You know, explain things that we don't even get. And another day, so zany. That's sort of like just, you know, a comical thing. Nothing that's canon at all. So don't take it as canon. We'll see. So now that we beat the game, we can go to the chapters menu. We can actually use any partner we want, you know, screw like, you know, what the hell is going on with the story. We can use Joshua, whatever, however we want. And that's exactly what I'm freaking gonna do, because I'm missing Joshua. I've been missing that for one thing. So, you know, I'm going to have fun, because I do want to train Joshua. He's going to be my main person for the Aftergame bosses. And now we can go to any day we want. We're going to actually get all these secret reports. As you can see, for every day, there's a few missions we can do. They range from just beating all the pigs. We already got a lot of those, because we beat all the pigs, you know, while playing the game. But before I do that, I'm actually going to go to another day. This is just a side story. The tale you're about to experience depicts a world entirely separate from that of the main story. What it means to say is these aren't the same people, these are alternate versions. Same buildings zigzagging from the sky. Man, life is sweet. Yeah, not Neku. Dear Lord, please take today even sweeter than yesterday. Thanks. Peace. There. Now today is totally gonna kick ass. Or is it? Oh no. I feel my inner emo stirring. Must fight emo urges. Yeah, it sort of just starts to make fun of itself after this, which is fine because this is comical. It's not like any of this is actual story. He's got to pull out of this funk. Why? Because my light is a trick of fate, a microcosm of my world, the meaning of life is my purpose. Tin Pin Slammer is my perfect. Oh, Tin Pin Slammer. Of all the things. They're holding a slam off on this very day. Well, how about that? So this is another day. The day ends with you. We can spend as much time here as we want. There's a lot to do in this day, but I'm actually not going to be doing it today. I'll be doing it last, actually. I just wanted to show you that whole emo bit because I always find it funny. But there's lots you can do, mainly play Tin Pin Slammer. There's Otherworld Beat, we can talk to him, but not today. We'll be doing it later, of course. This is just to tease you, I suppose. Who knows how long this Aftergame stuff will take, honestly. I'm kind of curious about it. So, in here in the After Day, or I assume you can do this any day you have access to Shibuya. You want to go here because Shibuya is selling some great stuff in the Aftergame. First off, Hollow Leg. Hollow Leg is fantastic. It makes it so the number of bites you can eat lost to 24. So that means you will never have to wait days. You will never, like, be full. You can just eat as much as you can pig out, honestly. And do whatever you want. You'll also notice there's, like, a lot of kick-ass items, like samurai armor, bravery plus, HP plus 1,000. That's pretty rocking. And dark matter. We want dark matter. You can get it with shadow matter. We'll be doing that in the future. I can guarantee that. Second thing, chain 16. So now we can chain 16 battles at a time as opposed to 4. This will help us when we're trying to actually collect rare drops because it's just for increasing your drop rate, of course. And lastly, we can get ultimate mode. We need some orichalcum for that. Luckily, this guy sells orichalcum, so now we can buy ultimate mode. Ultimate mode is just a harder version of hard mode, even harder than that. And then, you know, which means all the enemies are harder, but their pin drops are going to be more valuable and rare. And of course, Mako Synergy, because, you know, we still need that. That's always welcome here in our neighborhood. Defense plus 6, again, that was kind of off topic, not really what we needed. But yes, now we have ultimate mode. That's the main thing. You want to have ultimate mode so you can get the good pins, the good stuff. So let's just change it now because, you know, yeah. And switch to Joshua, of course, because we are trying to grind Joshua. We really don't have a use for Shiki, and I'll be explaining that later. But let's test out just how ultimate this ultimate mode is. Luckily, we're doing just these simple dragons. Fun fact: when you're playing with Joshua, dragons are actually pretty easy to fight. The reason being is because they're gnarly fire breath. Like most dragons, besides maybe the black one and the other one, have the habit. Oh, of course. I had to cut stuff stupidly. Before I left off. Most dragons cannot hit well, most enemies in general cannot hit Joshua when he's floating in the air. I mean, a lot can, but most of them just are just helpless. I mean, the kangaroos could, but you know. So we're having, I mean, you know, the enemies are a bit tougher, they do more damage, and they take longer to kill. But, you know, luckily since we're grinded to all hell, they're not doing too much, you know. They're not too hard to handle. I remember the first time I tried out Ultimate Mode, in my practice file, I mean not my practice file, just my playthrough, my first, actually second playthrough, Ultimate Mode just wrecked me, it was ridiculous. These dragon things actually, you know what, I'll explain that. Never mind. We're just gonna beat up these dragon things, is what I'm trying to say. But they do drop a rare pin that we'd be wanting later. You'll notice in Ultimate Mode, enemies will start dropping red pins as opposed to the gold ones. The red pins symbolize that that's their ultimate drop. If I haven't explained already, the gold ones are their hard mode drop, the blue ones are their normal drop, and then the insignificant ones are the insignificant easy drop. And that actually took a while now, didn't it? We even got up to a 5-star puck pass. That's always so energetic when you get one of those. But as you can see, we get Orichalcum and 10,000 yen pins. Very, very valuable indeed for just a few boss fights, so that's lovely. Well, so that's all we wanted to get into secret reports. Now, not to another day. Now we can start Secret World. And you can actually skip cutscenes. You can't skip cutscenes like this. This is just me using my emulator to, you know, skip things. So this is, you know, even though you can skip dialogue sequences, you can't skip these things. That's just me, you know, cutting you a break. You can, however, skip the dialogue scenes with the R or L buttons. You can, you know, skip through the text, which is lovely. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna handle another day. I think for the first few days I'll show you like exactly just how it works, because to get the secret stuff you just have to do missions basically. A lot of them involve doing like meeting a certain requirement. But I want to show this day just to explain that like just because you beat the game and like you're going for the secret missions doesn't mean you can't just not do the day. You still have to do the day as it went. Remember in the first day how Neku got attacked by frogs and he was helpless, and he had to do that all of that. So I think I'll leave this in just because I really like Twister. And it gives me a chance to explain things right now. This is actually post-commentary if you haven't figured it out by now. And I just love how these cutscenes mean a lot more after you've beaten the game. You know, like, you know all the characters, you understand, like, what the hell going on. I don't remember Beat falling off Rhyme falling in an explosion. In fact, I don't remember any of that happening, but regardless, this is post-commentary, and there's a reason I'm doing that. One, because there's going to be a lot of cutting in this, you know, after game part, so I didn't want to live com that. But for another, I realized that if I ever did like a big scale RPG in particular, you know, RPG-ish games, if I ever was gonna do those, I think I'd do post-com. And this is like sort of me practicing just to test the waters how this works. You know, how well I work with post-comming things. I mean, I can tell you right now, the first maybe like few parts of this Twee-Wee after game are probably gonna be really sketch because I really like have a tough time getting the hang of things, but I hope I'll get better. Who knows? But yeah, so this is post-com because, you know, I'm gonna be cutting a lot, and, you know, in the future, if I ever, you know, this is practice, but whatever. At least we were able to talk over that. That was shorter than I thought of those, even though it took up a vast majority of this part. So, yeah, I've shown, yeah, you have to skip through all that. Luckily, we have skip power cutscenes, and we can't do anything yet. No, Josh? Yeah, Josh was in fact in the background. But yes, as I was saying, so, you know, before you can ever do stuff, you have to play the game. Luckily, because our, you know, attack power through the roof, these frogs aren't too much of a trouble. Fire is just still a horrible pin, but still yet. So I guess, I don't know why I'm still showing this. After this, I think after this day, after day 1, or day 2, I kind of forget, I start cutting things. Cutting, and more cutting. That's kind of the main problem I notice, is that the cutting is so sporadic, it's kind of just crazy. But anyways, so, yes, Sykes. Remember meeting Shiki for the first time, so nostalgic. If only I wasn't skipping through this. So, mission 1. As soon as you get access to the statue of Hachiko, look for the statue of Hachiko. And you'll see a box. This will happen a lot. You'll see boxes, and in the boxes will actually be the item you're getting, and that will complete the mission. But not only that, it'll actually give you a useful item. This one being nose glasses, as you can see there. Defense plus 40. A lot of the after game stuff give you some pretty great stats. I don't like that attack minus 15, but, you know, defense plus 40 is pretty good. And as you can see, get the nose glasses. For every get the blank, there will always be a hint. See, like, yep, he's a monumental freak. That's referring to, like, you know, the statue fetishists. So we're gonna do that. And I think this is where I start cutting. I still don't know exactly how I cut. Yeah, so I will be cutting to you when I get the statue cartridges. But fun fact, if you just, if you, like, now that we have chaining battles, because we didn't have chaining battles back in the day, if you just kill these frogs, like, kill one of these frogs by chaining battles, something kind of funny happens. I don't know why I decided to show this. It's not that spectacular, but I just thought it was funny. Just because, but you beat one battle and it acts like you beat every single battle. I guess because you know, you didn't have chain battles at this point in time, but now that we do, we kind of break the game. So anyways, after you free the statue from the noise, it will say all better, and you talk to him after being all better. Oh, you're all better now. I'm so glad. Oh, he can tell? I'm way. That's pretty impressive. Hey, Hachiko seems down lately, don't you think? Hachiko is feeling down. That means he's cursed too. Yeah, I remember that. We did that, but more importantly, we found the box. What's in the box? Oh, snap! And we get what? The sailor suit. Saucy. Again, the sailor suit. Do I show it off? No, I don't. I just go directly... Oh, yes, the secret reports. This is what we get for doing the secret reports. I'm gonna be reading these 1 week at a time, and usually that's gonna take, like, an entire part. I didn't realize how long it takes, but yeah, that is gonna take a long time. But for the meantime, let's move on to day 3. We're actually plying through this. I'm hopefully, like, the Aftergame doesn't take too long. I don't want to drag it off, because I know, like, a lot of the people only want, like, you know, without the story, it's gonna be hard to do. But, you know, hopefully with, like, use, I can still make this somewhat entertaining. This is another gimmick to the missions. Boss noises. The first boss noise is in the bottom left corner of the blank room. They will make you take on a boss. You have to be in hard mode or above, so you have to be on either hard or ultimate. I'm on ultimate right now. And you have to make sure that, you don't chain battles. If you chain battles, you won't get the mission complete. Don't know why, it just is. Don't argue. Another thing about bosses, you can only fight, when you fight the blue noise bosses, you always fight them with the person you originally fought them with. So I'm always going to be fighting this boss with Shiki. I'm always going to be fighting Sho with Joshua. I'm never going to be fighting Beat with Beat, because I admit that would be a little zany. So I will have to do it with Shiki. But that's all Shiki's ever going to have to do. And, this is just me whining. But, like, even with skipping cutscenes, I must admit, like, when you have to do stuff like, oh, pick all these choices, it still can take a really long time, or when there's cutscenes, especially this frickin' guy. Good god. That's just me complaining. And, as I was saying before, even though we're in Shiki's week, we can still use Joshua. I mean, how it makes sense? It's not supposed to, it's another day. Nothing's supposed to make sense. And again, those red pins are ultimate mode pins, so those are lovely. So yes, good old Joshua.
That was a nice distraction.
Yes, and Shiki's behind us, following us. So anyways, day 3, we beat the blue noise, and once you have gotten, you know, the ability to imprint memes, you want to go all the way to Ramadan and go into Ramadan once you've, again, gained the ability to get memes. Another day with snow sails. I know my ramen looks plain, but isn't what the taste that counts? If only Joshua was here to see this. He's here in battle spirit, I suppose. But you'll get the meme ramen, and with the meme ramen, you can go back to the tech and imprint that on the tech, and that's how you get the mission for number 3. So, you know, this is when we had to get the fuse. If you don't remember what the hell is going on, well then I'm sorry. I will admit this is kind of like, you know, all over the place. But hopefully you guys, like, know what's up. This is sort of me just acting as a guide, in case you want to get the secret reports. To be perfectly honest, it'd almost be better, like, you know, if you just looked up at an actual written guide, because there's a very, very helpful written guide. So after you've imprinted ramen on him, go to ramen, and you'll get the box after this cutscene. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, there's a good guide, but this is just because if you get all the secret reports, you actually get a secret scene at the end. But not only that, the actual secret reports actually tell a lot about the backstory to things. Like, they explain some stuff, you learn some new stuff, and it's just really interesting, so I feel like I have to show it. Well, not have to, but want to, rather. So we got the yukata. Yay, kimono? I don't really understand. I don't know enough about Asian to know this. I came across as racist. So, day 4, take out 2 noise symbols, and I want to go shopping. That's the hint. We have to find the box, and the hint is, it's like a game. So the first noise symbol is over here. It's up at 1004, right there. You can see the blue skull thing. So you attack him, and the first time I played, this is where I stopped because this boss kicked my ass. Here it is, Reaper Beat. We can never truly beat him, I think. We can never truly beat Reaper Beat in in the actual story, but now is our chance to actually kick his ass. So let's do that. He has a decent amount of attack and defense, I must admit. He's taking a really long time to kill, I can tell you that much. Mostly because I'm not even thinking. Like, really, like, I feel like almost in my gameplay, I rely on that chain too much. I mean, the chain really doesn't do that much damage. I mean, it's easy to hit, but still, other than that, I mean, I could be using something else, like Jesus Beans. God, did you see that? That took out a lot of hits. But he's dead, so that's the end. Oh, jeez, why does that keep on happening? I don't know why, but apparently when I'm, like, watching playback, like, when I rewatch this for post-commentary, the video just kind of freezes on itself, which kind of makes things a bit more difficult. I must admit, don't know why that is, but whatever, so we get beat some hard mode Pin. And you can even hear him die. His sound effects are like the same as like when beats an actual partner. And I live for food, a curry Pin, how lovely. So to get the I want to go shopping, you know, side thing, first you have to talk to beat and rhyme, you know, do this whole back thing. And why didn't I cut this one out? Who knows? That's a great question. Yeah, sorry about if these parts are going to be really long. So, you know, Neku, I said I want to go to 10-4. Look who's holding the... Neku's got, you know, Shiki's got Neku whipped. Just gonna throw that out there. But if you go shopping when she wants, if you just try to leave before you go shopping, then you'll get that scene and then you'll get that box. So lovely. So the next noise symbol is in Scramble Crossing. It's around in the middle. Another one of these skull guys. Usually those indicate that they're human people. And we're fighting Shiki in Shiki's week. How lovely. And Kitaniji, of course, and this time in alternate mode. And I'm pretty sure this is the last fight we're gonna be doing. I'm not really sure. What do you guys, I mean, this probably won't affect anything because I'll probably have this edited before you guys have time to react. But should I keep in these boss battles? Because we've all seen them before. I mean, they're a bit, I would say, quicker. I mean, the length varies, but, you know. I'm gonna have to show, like, I've already fought all these bosses before, so I feel like I could cut them out. And not only that, there's actually a boss rush in this game, which I'm gonna be doing, so, you know. If I don't know, should I really be showing all these bosses 3 times? Well, I suppose so, actually, because, on alternate mode, these guys have a good... I do need to be hunting them for a reason. And when I do the boss rush, I'm gonna have something planned that's gonna make it, hopefully, a lot faster. But this guy's kinda wrecking me, I will admit. I haven't done... The most, again, to reiterate, mostly is the reason, the biggest reason behind that is because all I'm using is the frickin', is that stupid chain pin. Well, I mean, I won't call it stupid. I just haven't. I'm just too lazy to use anything else, I guess. I mean, burst rounds, you know, that thing with the super high efficiency that I was gushing over. That's kind of a good pin. I'm also dying. That's unfortunate. Shiki does, yes, in fact, have a tendency of wrecking me. Especially on, you know, that thing called ultimate mode. Luckily, still, Neku's defense is so high, you'll notice these guys do, like, 0 damage. Or 5. His super strong attack only does like 5 damage. It's kind of funny. Yeah, look at that. Nothing happened. Nothing's happening in terms of me actually doing any damage either. I don't know why Shiki's like guarding or something. Again, I don't know. I can never guard Mr. Mew. It kind of pisses me off. Another thing that kind of pisses me off is the frame rate of this video. This in part 2 had this weird tendency of actually going over frame rate, and that would make things even worse. I don't know why. I think it has to do with the fact that I've been messing with my emulator, which I might talk about next part. Because we're almost done with this boss battle. Now that we have a good, you know, a decent puck, we can actually do a lot of damage. Again, puck passing is so important. You just do like monumentally more. Who doesn't want to do 5 times as much damage? Come on. And we can end them with, you know, a fusion attack just to be fancy. Sorry that this part dragged on, but, you know, I just don't know how to handle post-commentary, I guess. And for beating him, we get, you know, we beat the last mission for day 4, I believe it is. But not only that, but we also get this ultimate mode pin. I was actually pretty ecstatic when I dropped that. That pin had a 6% chance of dropping, and it didn't, and I was so good because this is going to save me some time later. That's Black Uranus. It's a really good pin from a really good pin set, which I'm actually going to be hunting. I'll explain it later in the next part of the Aftergame, but just believe me, I was happy about that. So the next part of the Aftergame, we'll be getting more of Shiki's week done. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I wasn't, you know, hopefully you guys will still enjoy this even though the game is technically done. This is just all bonus parts, I guess. But yeah, Piercing Pillar. I kind of want that. Screw you. This is so in. So the next part we'll be doing more of Shiki's week. So until then, this has been skittflash. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Bye!